Welcome back to another Luanti mod review. Today we are looking at the Trowel for wall building mod, which I'm just going to shorten to Trowel. So, here we go. The mod adds a trowel. Surprise, surprise. Within my test game, this is going to be your craft recipe: 2 steel ingots, 2 sticks, and a piece of string. Per documentation, the recipe stays the same throughout the supported games, but the items themselves change. So, the technical name, I don't know, the item name, I guess, changes depending on which game it is, or can at least. But it's always going to be the same basic items. So, how to use it? Well, let me just grab this second one because I don't want that floating around out here for no reason. We will start by determining what we want to do, which, as you can see, I have this outer perimeter of a house I want to build here. So we have a few issues. First, we have some sand that we don't want here. So we're going to get rid of that. And you can see that when you, well, you can't see so much the punching part, but when I punch with the trowel in my hand, it digs a hole. Unfortunately, it's digging the incorrect way of what I want. I actually want it going this way, which it doesn't want to do. But then when I right click, it'll place the nodes it has dug. Now I had hoped I could use that as a slightly better demonstration, but that did not work. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Anyway, let's get on to it. So we're gonna start with putting some taller bits of wood in the corners here, because this does need items on the end. So we're gonna make the first layer, I guess, of this of stone. So we're gonna start by placing one row of stone, and then we will just use the trowel and right click or place, if you're not using right click to place, on the stone. And you'll see here that it's, as one expects, places another row of stone on top of the stone. This does respect your inventory, so you'll notice I have 44 stone right now. If I were to jump up and reach that, it would place another row of stone and it would take it out of inventory. If I'm lucky, I can do this. Notice the count on my cobble is going up, because stone when dug is placed as cobble. So then I can go ahead and place cobble, and then I can do the same thing. And I can click on any one of these, it doesn't matter which, and it'll place a row up. Now I have 3 sand, so if I try doing this, actually it'll place 3 sand. Okay. I think if I turn chat on, it will tell you if you don't have enough material to place. So I could do this, and it only places 1 dirt, even though there's space for a whole row of dirt. And you might be thinking, well, that's kind of weird. Well, no, because it's checking the node below to place a row of dirt on top, or of the node. So as you see here, it did 3 dirt when the first time only had 1. So I could do this, and it'll place 1 dirt to fill the hole, and then it'll place 4 dirt because there's dirt along the whole thing. Now dirt, of course, once it grows to dirt with grass, I don't know why I'm digging that by hand when I can dig with a trowel. When it becomes dirt with grass, now it's a different item, and because you usually don't have dirt with grass in your inventory, it doesn't actually let you place a row of dirt with grass. So, just to note that. Now I want to put down a wooden floor, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a row of cobble here. I didn't actually mean to place that one there, but that's fine because I can still do this. Whoops. You know what? That's fine though, because I can do that and take out the whole row. And now I have to dig out this sand as well. And unfortunately, it didn't seem to, the trowel that is, didn't seem to necessarily want to take it out in the right row. Like, I don't want it going that way. I want to take the sand out between these 2 uprights. And I don't know if it changes depending on the way I'm looking at it. It really doesn't seem to. which is unfortunate because it would be nice if I could just pull all that out. But not to worry too much because I can quickly fix some of this. So like this big channel I accidentally dug here, I can fill that. As long as there's something that's non-sand to stop it, that'll work. And then I'm going to dig this out as well because I want this to be a row of cobble also. So I have a row of cobble. I will go ahead and place another piece of cobble. Now this sand I can actually remove because there is... Oh, yeah, I'm out of cobble, so it couldn't place all the way. All right, well now that I have, you know, kind of walls-ish going here. Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense to do that without. I should be able to pull out all of this sand because the sand should stop, yes, once it hits a node that has something above it. Oh, so issue there, it went a little further than I would have liked because there was nothing to stop it. So I should have put some cobble there. So if I go ahead and dig these sand out and place cobble into here, then I can use the trowel again to pull that sand out, and I come over here and pull this sand out as well. To further demonstrate, if I run up here to where we have the grass growing on the sand, and I go here, it'll only remove these two because both of these nodes have something above them. And even though the sand is, you know, a buildable 2 node, meaning you can place an item in it without first removing it, the trowel will not do that. Air gaps also will stop the trowel. So if we went ahead and did this, and then we punch this, it only takes out those 3 because there was an air gap, and then same there. So it'll only do the same node, and as soon as there is a gap, or if there is a node on top of it, it will not pull it out further. So if I had more cobble, I could fill that whole thing. Now, you'll notice it also works on a single node, so I can just easily stack the logs here. And it does not work on an underground, I guess we're going to call this, node. So in this case, I can't use it on that lower piece of sand. This whole wall of sand here, yeah, the trowel's not going to work on those because there's something above it. I can fill it with sand, though. And then it didn't actually go all the way under because there was something on top of this, which is good. Now, I would like to have this entire floor built out of planks. And unfortunately, the trowel will only place vertically. So this won't help me place a floor unless I'm making the floor 2 nodes thick for some reason, which I don't know why I would be doing that. But the ability to just very easily put in another row of a material is very handy, because if I was actually building a house here, I could go along and I just single click, it's pulling the items out of my inventory and placing them onto the top of the pile. Now you do have to reach the top of the pile, so if I'm lower down, I can't, like if I'm at this stone, I can't place it. I do need to be placing the row that I want the nodes placed on top of. But yeah, as long as the items are in your inventory, it'll place them. Like, it doesn't have to be in the hotbar. So I can put it in a lower inventory slot if I'm building a wall out of, or I guess in this case, the pillars of a wall. I'm just using the same tool over and over. Now, of course, the tool does take some damage, or wear, if you prefer. I'm assuming it's repairable as with the normal tools by combining 2 damage tools together. But yeah, that's pretty much the trowel tool. It makes it very easy to just place stacks of the same thing over and over and over. Yeah, there's really not much else to say. If you're interested in this mod, you can grab it from the content database within Luanti without having to do any real work. You just click the download button and you've got it. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.